Okay, let's talk about something that feels almost impossible if you live in the city: composting. Seriously, we're going to break down how you can turn your kitchen scraps into amazing, nutrient-rich soil right from your own apartment, no matter how tiny it is. Right off the bat, let's just bust the biggest myth out there. If you're picturing a huge yard and a pitchfork as the only way to compost, you've got it all wrong. Some of the best composting right now is happening in little bins, right under kitchen sinks, in studio apartments. For real. And why does this even matter? Well, get this. According to the EPA, a whopping 30% of what we throw in the trash is food and yard waste. When all that stuff gets buried in a landfill, it lets off methane, which is a really potent greenhouse gas. So by dealing with this at home, you are literally tackling a huge slice of the waste problem. All right, now let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the big fears that stop most people from even trying. Because I know what you're thinking. Will it smell? Will I get bugs? We're going to treat these as myths, and then we're going to bust them. This is always question number one. And hey, it's a fair question. Nobody wants their apartment smelling like an old banana peel. But what if I told you a healthy, happy compost bin doesn't smell like garbage at all? In fact, it barely smells like anything. So here's the secret. That gross, rotting smell only happens when things get out of whack, specifically when there isn't enough air. The process needs oxygen to work cleanly. When you do it right, your bin should just have a faint, earthy smell, kind of like the forest after it rains. It's all about airflow. Okay, on to fear number 2, the bugs. You're trying to save the planet, not open up an insect zoo in your kitchen, right? I get it. But just like the smell, this is totally preventable. And the fix is actually super simple. You just have to bury your fresh food scraps, we call those the greens, under a layer of dry stuff, which we call browns. We're talking shredded paper, cardboard, that kind of thing. This little blanket locks in any potential smells and basically makes your bin invisible to pests. So, now that we've tackled the big fears, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm listening. How do I actually do this? Great question. Let's get into the practical side, because there's not just one way to do it. We're going to look at 4 completely different odor-free methods so you can find the one that fits your life. This chart gives you a really quick snapshot of the options. As you can see, whether you've got a tiny kitchen, want to compost meat, or you just want something super easy for your houseplants, there's a solution here for you. So let's break them down one by one. First up is something called bokashi. Now, this is a total game changer because it's not really composting, it's fermenting. You use this special airtight bucket and a kind of microbe-rich gland to basically pickle your food scraps. It's super fast and you can throw in meat and dairy. The only catch is the end product is a pre-compost that needs to be buried outside to finish the job. All right, next is vermicomposting. And before you say anything, yes, it uses worms. But these aren't your typical garden worms. They're special red wigglers, and they are clean, quiet, and unbelievably good at their job. They produce something called worm castings, which, according to NIH research, is basically a superfood for your plants. Now for all you tech lovers out there, we have electric composters. This is a little machine that sits on your countertop, and it heats and grinds your food scraps, turning them into a dry, soil-like material in just a few hours. We're talking 0 smell, 0 bugs, and it reduces your food waste by like 90%. Pretty amazing. And finally, if you're thinking, I have literally 0 extra space, this one is for you. It's the simplest method of all. You just collect your food scraps in a container and stick it in your freezer. That's it. It stops any smells cold. Then, whenever it's full, you just drop it off at a local farmer's market or collection site. So, are you feeling inspired yet? Good, because getting started is way easier than you think. Let's just break it down into 4 simple steps you can do in like 10 minutes. Okay, step 1. Grab a container. A simple plastic storage bin with some holes drilled in it works perfectly. 2. Create some bedding with damp, shredded newspaper. 3. Remember that golden rule. Balance your wet food scraps, the greens, with dry stuff like paper, the browns. And 4. Just add your first scraps. See? So simple. All right, your bin is all set up. Now, what do you feed this thing? Think of it like a living system. It needs the right diet to stay healthy, happy, and most importantly, odor-free.
And the secret recipe is all about balance. On one side, you have your greens. That's all the nitrogen-rich stuff, like your fruit and veggie peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells. On the other side are your browns, the carbon-rich stuff like shredded cardboard and paper. The EPA suggests a simple ratio of about 2 parts browns for every 1 part greens to keep things running smoothly.
And of course, just as important is what not to put in your bin. So unless you're using one of those special bokashi systems, you really want to avoid any meat, dairy, or oily foods. That's what causes smells and attracts pests. Oh, and definitely no pet waste or shiny, glossy paper. So, you've done all this. You set up your bin, you're feeding it the right stuff. What's the reward for all this? Well, this is where your tiny effort starts to pay off in a really big way. And just as a little reminder of the big picture here, every year, the world wastes over 1 billion tons of food. 1 billion. Your small apartment bin is a direct, personal action against that massive global problem. The tangible payoff is this amazing stuff that gardeners call black gold. It's what you get at the end. It's dark, crumbly, smells like fresh earth, and it is one of the best things you could possibly give your houseplants. It's like a natural, slow-release multivitamin that will make them absolutely thrive. But beyond all the practical benefits, there's something else. There's this really cool sense of satisfaction you get from seeing stuff you used to call trash literally transform into rich, new, life-giving soil. You're closing the loop right in your own home. We've covered a ton of ground here, from the myths to the methods. So what's the one big idea you should walk away with? Here it is. Composting in an apartment isn't just possible, it's actually easy, clean, and has a real impact. You don't need a yard, you just need to find the right method for you. So if you're ready to jump in and want all the nitty-gritty details, just click the link in the description below for the complete step-by-step guide from howtochronicles.com.